Hi everybody, it's Heather with Diamonds and Dragonflies and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you found me. And if you are returning, welcome back. I am here today with my whip and chat for this week. I'm not going to say weekly anymore because I don't know if it's going to be weekly or bi-weekly or I have no idea. But we are here today with one. So no, you did not see my face this morning. I was in the emergency room last night. I'll get more into that. So I haven't had a lot of sleep and I just really did not feel like making myself presentable to be on screen today. So I had actually intended for there to be a video up on Tuesday. I am now filming this on Tuesday. So, but we'll get into all of that in just a moment. I'm not going to go through everything that I'm using today. I am working on one of my November projects. This is for the Purple Post month. So I'm working on Ever Seen a Dragonfly, which I do not have a picture of because this is an older kit. You know what? Hold on. I can grab the handy dandy trusty iPad and I can pull it up because it is still available. And should you purchase it now, you will get it as a premium diamond painting. Not that this wasn't, quote, premium, but this was one of my very first. I bought this back in 2023, and it is not the same quality that you get today. It didn't come with the sticker sheet. It's not a flocked soft canvas, anything. And it looks like this kit is actually out of stock right now. But there you go. Oh, where is it? There it is. There you go, guys. There's what he looks like. Ever seen a dragonfly? Isn't he so cute? He's got a little dragonfly that he's looking at. So it can, you know, it's perfect for me. I've got a dragon and I got dragonflies. So we're going to be working on this section right here. Let me see. Can I get that in there? There we go. This bottom section right here. So we're going to be doing the rest of his body in this row, and then some of the sky and a little tiny bit of the wings and stuff there. Even though this is not, you know, like top quality of their kits now, and it is an older kit before they made a ton of upgrades, it's been a joy to work on. So there's no issues or anything with the quality of it. You know, like making it less enjoyable to work on. I am using my round ruler. This is the first time that I have used this on a canvas. So I bought these from Diamond Painting 3D Shop. I will do my best to link them down below. I got I think the rounds came as a set of 4 or 5 rollers. And then I also got the square rollers. Now, I've used the square ones, and they are phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. This is the first time using the round. And I had a little more trouble lining up the round. But once I got it, guys, I mean, can you look over here? I mean, look how beautiful those rounds look. They are so lined up, like, absolutely perfectly. Except that one, because it decided to shift. That's one of the things that I don't like about rounds is no matter who the company is, they always seem to move on you. And I think it's because they don't necessarily have other drills pressed up tight against them. So they shift with the glue. Which is one of the reasons why I prefer squares. I work rounds. I work both. All that matters to me is what the artwork is. If I have a choice as to whether or not I want round or square, I always go with square, always. Because that is my preferred shape. I think it's funny because I hear so many people go and say, oh, I can't keep my square straight. I can't keep my round straight, people. I don't have any trouble with my squares. I mean, I will admit that using the square rulers with this kit, my squares are impeccable and stuff now. And no, I'm not using these rulers for every kit I do. That would get a little, I think, tedious after a while. But if it's a special kit that, like, I know I'm going to want to frame this one, or I'm giving it away as a gift, and I want to put forth my absolute best effort, then yeah, I think I'm going to break out the squares or the rulers and use them. Using the ruler on this one is, I did want to see whether or not it would help my round placement. And I have a drill stuck fast in my putty. There we go. And it has. And because, like I said, I struggle with my rounds. So I wanted to see if this would really help and try out this product. And oh my gosh, has it. So definitely, definitely recommend. All right, I'm just taking a little quick peek here, make sure I got them all. I think I did. All right, I am kitted up into trays. All of this is in my November project kickoff. So if you see something that I'm using and you're like, oh, where did she get that? Go check out that video, guys. It was my video from Saturday of my November projects. And I go over all of my accessories that I'm using, what I'm kitted up into, all that good stuff. So go give that video some love and check out all of the lovely things that I am using in this kit or with this kit. So my goal today, so, all right, let me backtrack. Let's rewind. Okay, back to the beginning. All right, so let's talk about diamond painting, and then we'll talk about some of the stuff that's been going on in my personal life. So diamond painting wise, so if you watched my kickoff video, you know that for the first time since July, I actually had all my projects kitted up before the first of the month. That was a miracle. October was a really, really bizarre month for me. Part of it is because I traveled. So I was gone from the 5th through the 12th. When I left, I hadn't kitted up any of my October projects. I had none of them ready to go. None. Zero. Zilch. So I lost a week because I was gone. Then when I got home, I spent half the week getting prepared for October and ended up canceling doing a whole bunch of kits that I had planned on doing because there just wasn't enough time. I was going to end up having, you know, like a ton of whips that were hardly worked on going into November. And I didn't want that because I knew I was going to be doing a lot in November. So I was like, okay, well, I ended up kind of ditching. I did the Capybara series. I did the Dreamer Design minis. You're going to get to see all of those in my month in review. I am hoping to film that either later today or tomorrow. So hopefully that will be going up on Thursday. That is the goal. I am filming this on Tuesday. I'm hoping to have this ready to go up on Wednesday. So hopefully there will be, for this week, there will be a whip and chat for today or for Wednesday, month in review on Thursday. I have a first look to do from Ever After for you guys for Friday. And then Saturday, I'm going to have a really awesome Creations Morin video to share with you guys of my, guess what? My October box. Yes, 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 yes. I got my October box. I cannot wait to open it and share it with all of you. So we're going to do that. And we're going to have that special intro. So I can't wait for the videos for Friday and Saturday. I don't think there'll be a video for Sunday, but you never know. And then hopefully next week we will get back on track. But I have been working on, I've made progress on almost all of my November projects so far. Like I said, most, not all. I have a section done, or I have 3 sections done on my Spangler kit. I have completed not quite a quarter of my Embers for Hope the autumn kit, but I've made good progress on that. I am working on finishing this first row of my purple post kit. So I've got this square, and then I've got one more to do. And then this will be done for the week. And I need to start I have not started my Advent yet. My first posts don't have to go up till the 6th. So I have a couple of days, but that is going to be the next kit I pull out. And then that only leaves my November paint along for the Diamond Tribe, the Autumnal Sunflower. And once I get my Advent moving along, then I'm going to pull that one out and I will work on that one and get some progress made on it. Downstairs, I've been working on my Mystery Mania. I still have 5 more sections to do to be caught back up with that. And then I need to swap out and do some more on the old wood mill. I think I have like 11 sections done. I'd like to get to maybe 15 this week. So fingers crossed that I can get another 4 done and stuff this week so that I have something to share with you guys on the mid-month review. All right, let's see. Do I have any more of these? I don't think so. All right, so things are going well. I'm not freaking out about having any finishes per se for the month. I'm working on quite a few large kits. So, you know, whatever I get done, I get done. I'm not going to sweat it. I'm not going to, you know, lose sleep over it. I'm trying to just be a little more, getting more back into enjoying what I'm doing. I think as creators, a lot of times we feel this pressure to, you know, have a certain number of finishes every month, to, you know, be quick and efficient and all of this other stuff. And sometimes that causes us to have extra stress, and then we kind of just shut down. This year, I've heard an awful lot about creators going and stating about them having burnout. They're burning out from diamond painting, that they get to the point they don't want to work on diamond painting, that they're, you know, they're like sick of doing it. That has not been my case. There has not been one single day that I haven't wanted to diamond paint, but there have been days that I don't want to diamond paint a certain kit, but I feel like I have to because I haven't made progress on that kit. Well, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not playing that game. So from now on, every day, I will work on whatever I want to work on. I'm not going to worry about getting a whole row done. I'm not worried about, oh, well, I need to get X amount of sections done this week. No, I'm going to work on what I want to work on. Obviously, if I am working on an event and I need to show progress every week, then I'm going to have to do something. Or I just don't care. And I say, you know what? I'm not putting in progress for this week. And just be okay with that. And I didn't know that I was going to be okay with that, but I am. I have discovered that, yes, I am very okay with that. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to look at it as a failure. I had talked about back in the very beginning of the year, the year-long event I was doing of the DP Bingo. And I was very diligent until October, which is further than I made it last year. Last year, I only made it to March. This year, I got to October, and then I was like, you know what? I forgot to take pictures. I forgot to take start photos. I forgot to pick sections. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not worrying about this. My phone was just getting filled up with start and end photos. And I'm like, you know, I'm not doing this. So I quit. I literally took them. I threw them all in the trash can. All of the printed out bingo cards I had done. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not worrying about it this year. Will I do it next year? I don't know. Maybe. Because that's one of the few events that I can do where I can diamond paint whatever I want and just figure out where it fits. So I might do that. I might not. I don't know. I mean, I like the concept. I love being able to check off things being done. That brings me satisfaction. But I don't like the stress of having to remember, oh my gosh, I got to take my photo with the, you know, pick out the sections, take my photo with a list of what sections I'm doing, you know, that gets a little tedious. So it might just be something that I do for myself. Maybe I'll just pull out one card and say, okay, I'm just going to work this card this year. And what fits, fits. But I'm not going to try and focus on doing, you know, 27 different cards. So maybe that's what I'll do. And I'll simplify it for myself. But like I said, in Where's My Channel Going, I want 2026 to be less stressful, fewer events, and for me to just work on what I want to work on. I have so many kits that I want to start, and it's like, oh, well, I can't pick another one because I already got 10 whips, you know, that I'm working on. I don't want to get stressed out kind of thing. And I need to get out of my own head. I will say I have made the decision that I am postponing the Labor of Love project. That is going on indefinite hold for right now. I just don't have the spoons to deal with it. To deal with everything that's going to go into it. Instead, later this month, I am going to be kitting up a kit that I've really wanted to work on for quite a while, that has been staring me in the face. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to kit it up and I'm going to work on it in the background. And it is going to be essentially a passion project in terms of it's artwork that I'm passionate about. It's artwork that I'm passionate about. It's artwork that I think I'm going to call this series Heather's Choice. So it's going to be the kit that makes my heart sing kind of deal. So look for that later this month. Hopefully it'll be later this month. If not, it will be in December. Because December, I am not starting. The only kit that I will be starting in December is my Christmas Advent for the Diamond Tribe. So I will be starting another Advent project, and it will be for the Diamond Tribe Advent. So I will have that going into starting that in December. Other than that, I'm not going to be starting any new events. So that is the paint along for the tribe. So I will be doing that kit, and then I will be continuing the Lady Lathe Advent. So that one is a 2-month event, so at least till Christmas. So I will be continuing on that one, and then I just planned on pretty much working on finishing up some of my whips for the end of 2025. To start out 2026 as on as much of a blank slate as I can muster. I'm not going to finish all of my kits that I have started this year. And I know that part of my, I didn't have any goals for 2025, but I did say that I would like to not have any whips going into 2025 or 2026. That's not going to happen. I'm going to have whips going into 2026. There's no there's no way for me to, you know, realistically achieve that. And I'm not talking about the long-term projects. Okay, so I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about just my regular monthly event canvases or whatever that I seriously doubt I'm going to get them all done between now and the end of the year. And that's okay, because guys, I completed all of my 2024 whips. I even completed some of my 2023 whips. So I am really happy about that. So I will go into 2026 with only whips from 2025. I will not have any whips from 2024 or 2023. They were all completed. I also, at this juncture, have completed 3 kits from 2023. So I've completed 3, and that's new starts. So I've finished, you know, some kits that I bought in 2023 that I will have finished. I have one left that is a whip. That was the second kit I ever bought from Diamond Art Club. So that is kind of exciting that I've been able to achieve that and work through some of those. I'm not going to have as many finishes this year as I had last year because I worked at a lot bigger kits. I am going to be showing, when it comes to my year in review, the drill counts for 2024 versus 2025. And my drill counts, I can tell you this right now, guys, I've already exceeded my drill counts for 2024 in 2025. I worked on a lot bigger projects. And surprisingly enough, with that, I'm not coming that far under the number of kits that I completed last year. I think I'm going to come in within like 10 to 15, which that's nothing to sneeze about, especially considering that right off the bat, 12 of my finishes from last year were all mini kits because I did one a month. So I have not done that many mini kits this year. I definitely haven't done 12. I think maybe I've done maybe 6 for the whole year. So I am planning on doing a few mini kits in December, potentially, because I have some Christmas ones. And I do want to work on some seasonal stuff. But I don't necessarily want to start a big seasonal kit to work on. So I think what I'm going to do is I might pull out a paint gem or a mini dazzle or a dreamer or something. There's 2 Christmas kits that are going to be coming, mini kits that are going to be coming out from Ever After. So those might go on my to-do list just to have something seasonal to work on. You know, do a canvas a day or something like that. So, so I might end up with a few more mini kits than, you know, what I intended to start with, but, you know, whatever. But I'm not worried about it. I was stressing there for a while. Oh my God, I'm behind. I'm not going to have as many completions as I did last year. Who cares? Who cares? You know, I don't think you guys care. So why am I stressing out about it? Need to remove the stress. Oh, you know what? It really helps when using these rulers if you actually put the drills where they're supposed to go. Holy cow, I really screwed that one up. Okay. Anything else diamond painting wise? I don't think so. Oh, there is one thing that I want to talk about. And it's kind of funny. I don't understand why, and I don't know if regular people do this or not. Okay, so, and when I say regular people, I mean non-creators. But guys, if you set a goal and you find yourself having to justify making changes to it or modifying how it's achieved, why? You're the one who made the goal. You're the one who said, hey, I want to do this. So either stick with it and say, okay, I only got this done. I didn't finish all of this. But hey, look what I did get done. Or just say, goal fail and laugh about it and then adjust it for next year. Why are you making changes and having to come up with ways to justify it? Okay. I don't understand, and I don't get this. And maybe if you guys do this, you can let me know. I don't understand why people time and record and track the time that they spend on kits. Do I track how many days I worked on a kit? Yeah, roughly. It is nice to go and say, oh, well, look, I had this 50 by 50 and it took me 4 days to finish it, or whatever, however many days. And they might not be in a row. Okay. But yeah, it took this. So that kind of gives you, I can see that where you're tracking it by the days. Why do people track minutes and hours? I don't know about you, but when I sit down to diamond paint, I don't sit here and just diamond paint nonstop for X amount of time. I might need to get up and go to the bathroom. I might need to go and get a drink. If I am watching TV, I might stop in the middle of diamond painting, take a pause and watch the actual show because I want to see a particular scene or I want to see what's going on because something exciting is about to happen. What are you stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting the timer? Oh my God, I'm exhausted just thinking about it. I don't understand that. Just because somebody somewhere at some time said that once you've diamond painted for 10,000 hours, that you have mastered diamond painting. I don't believe that. I don't think that is accurate information. I cannot find the symbol I'm looking for, guys. All right, what am I looking for? I'm looking for that one. Where? Oh my gosh. Okay. It was right in front of my face the whole time. Shocking, I know. Who made this arbitrary time frame that says, oh, once you've diamond painted for 10,000 hours, you have achieved diamond painting mastery? You could be diamond painting for 10,000 hours and doing it like half-assed the entire time. That does not mean that you have mastered crap. So I'm not really quite sure where this, arbitrary time frame and by hours that you gotta track it, you gotta pay attention to it. It's impossible because it's not going to be accurate. I mean, some of the people that I know that are doing this literally will go and say, oh, I was diamond painting the other day and I forgot to turn on my timer. So what do? Do you not include those hours? Or are you just guesstimating? Either way, then your data is flawed. So I don't understand it. I don't get why this is a thing. I mean, if you want to diamond paint nonstop and you want to see how long it takes to do a mini dazzle, canvas or a paint gem canvas or something, and you want to set a timer and that you're not having the TV on, you're not having anything in the background to distract you, no one is around to make you stop, you've gone to the bathroom, you're not going to be taking a drink break or anything while you're diamond painting, and you are just going to go and time yourself just to see how long it takes you to complete something, okay, that's fine. That's kind of cool. Let's set, you know, a little mini goal for yourself or make it a challenge. I get that. But why are you trying to track 10,000 hours? Are you going to get a cookie when it's done? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not for me. You know what? If that works for anybody that does this, that's great. That is fantastic. I am happy for you, and good luck with your journey and your trial or whatever you want to call it. But why are you stressing about it? That is what is getting me. I literally hear these people go and talk, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make this goal. You know, I set these goals for myself and I'm not going to make it. You're the one who set the goal for yourself. Don't do that if you're not going to be able to handle not achieving it. Why are you stressing yourself like that? This is a hobby, people. A hobby. By definition, hobbies are supposed to be something that you do outside your everyday life, where you are potentially creating something or doing something for fun and relaxation. If you are setting all of these goals for yourself and then freaking out about it, then you've made it not be a hobby anymore. There are some creators that I used to watch, and I stress the used to. I used to watch some of these creators because you could tell how much they loved what they were doing. I don't watch them anymore because they don't love what they're doing anymore. They're doing it because it puts a paycheck. They have taken something that they were passionate about, something that they loved, and they've made it into a job. It has now become work. It is no longer being done for pure pleasure and enjoyment. Guys, you know, everybody has to do them. But I started to get caught up in that. And I'm like, you know what? This is taking my love for the hobby away from me. Why is there all this competition? Why is this all this stress? I mean, part of it, I blame Diamond Art Club and their FOMO business model about. People get so stressed. Guys, I have sat and looked through my diamond painting stash on GemsFlow now. And I look and see kits and I'm like, why the hell did I ever buy this? I don't like the artwork. I don't like the colors. I don't like the artist. I don't like that style. Why did I buy this? I'll tell you why. Because I got caught up in the FOMO. Everyone's saying, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. And I'm like, oh wow, okay. Everybody loves this. So like, I've got to love it too. No, I don't. No, I don't. I mean, hell, people, I am not joking, but I almost bought a Chrisabug, and I don't like Chrisabug's artwork. She's not someone that I enjoy her artwork. It's not for me. I love her for everyone else that loves her, but it is not for me. But I almost bought one. Why? Because a good friend of mine is hosting a Chrisabug event in December, and I wanted to support her. But why am I going to spend money to buy a kit that I don't want to work on, that I do not like? I don't know why. I don't know why I'm doing this. All right, I am having an issue here because, all right, that is a solid square. Why do I feel like, though, I don't have a solid square symbol? Like, I don't remember. Oh, I do. It's all the way down here in the bottom corner. Okay. You know, is my friend going to be upset if I don't participate? No, because she knows I don't like Chrisabug. So she's not going to be upset with me. Probably if I joined, she'd probably be like, Heather, what are you doing? You do not like this artist. And then if I say, yeah, but I bought one because I wanted to support you, she's going to be like, stop. Stop it. Okay, I'm going to pause real quick because I have filled in my ruler. So now what I do is I very carefully peel this off. Voila. Ta-da! Put that to the side, and now I fill everything in. And it keeps and holds my drills where they're supposed to be. Uh-oh, the stopper fell off. Put that back on there. But yeah, she probably would be like, what are you doing? I know you don't like this artist. I do, but I know you don't. So I caught myself and I stopped. And I was like, okay, Heather, stop doing this to yourself. You do not have to do every event. You cannot possibly support everybody and their events that you want to. You know, she did an Ann Stokes event. I like Ann Stokes. I had an Ann Stokes canvas, so I supported. She did What's Your Sign? I had a Zodiac kit. I supported because I had one in my stash. She did a Dragon Mania kit. Of course I had dragons. She did a Year of the Snake kit. Now, no, I did not have any snake paintings, but I found one that I really liked, and I did it, and I don't regret doing that. I'm all ready for Year of the Horse because I got a whole bunch of Lori Prindles that are just dying to be broken out and worked on. So, you know, I am good to go for Year of the Horse next year. So I don't have to worry about that one. You know, I'm going to pick and do events that I have a canvas in my stash for. I'm de-stashing a bunch of stuff because I bought a bunch of stuff that I know I'm never going to do. Not because I'm not going to have the time to do it, but because I don't like it. I got caught up in the FOMO. Ever since I have released myself of that, I have felt so much better. I bought the mystery box. Huge mistake. I hate all 4 images. And I've seen enough mystery boxes bought this year. I've bought every mystery box since I started buying from Diamond Art Club. And I might buy in the future, once again, themed ones. Because every year I've managed to get at least something that I liked in that themed box. I don't do the clearance boxes. And I'm sorry I did this exclusive one because I didn't like any of the artwork. So I am de-stashing the whole thing. Both kits are going to be gone. And guys, I am not ripping people off. I am selling them for $45 a piece, which covers what I paid for it. So $45 plus shipping. I upped it $2.50 each kit to help cover my shipping supplies. But yeah, you're not going to see it posted. Each kit $80, you know, each kit $100. No, I just want my money back. I don't need to turn a profit. I didn't buy these in the hopes of turning a profit. I bought them in the hopes of actually liking what I got. Unfortunately, that ended up not being the case. Shit happens. Am I going to sit here and cry, oh my God, I don't like the kits I got? No, it was the risk I took. But it also made me realize with how many people that didn't buy it, but they are getting it because they got it off of D-stashes, that you know what, in the future, should they do another box like this, and I might just wait, because 9 chances out of 10, people are going to get kits they don't like, and I'm going to be able to buy it on a D-stash. And not everybody buys stuff and then sells it on D-stash and jacks up the price. You do you, people, but I don't play that game. I'm not trying to turn a profit off of Diamond Art Club. Not what I'm doing. I just want my money back. And a little bit to cover, you know, the expenses of me shipping it to you. So, you know, but once again, to each his own. All right, I think I've talked enough about diamond art. Let's talk about my personal life. What has been going on? All right, well, let's go back to Saturday. So, my son came to visit on Saturday. We went and got Starbucks. We went and got lunch. We came back. We watched Dante's Peak. And then we watched Volcano. And then we watched Apollo 13. My son and I share our love of disaster movies type thing. And so we had a disaster day of watching natural disasters and then, you know, the failed Apollo 13 mission. We had a really great time. We laughed, we talked, we joked, teased each other. My daughter, the youngest, Emily, she threw a curveball at us. She sent us both pictures that she went and got her nose pierced. Mom did not take that well. I don't feel that in her line of work, being a clinical psychologist and doing therapy, that she should have facial piercings. Maybe that makes me old. Probably. But I don't feel like someone in a professional field should have anything other than their ears pierced that other people can see. So I don't think that, I mean, you want to have your belly button pierced, go right ahead. I'm not going to see your belly button while I'm doing therapy, you know, while I'm sitting in the therapist's office. So, you know, you want to have covered up piercings, go right ahead. I don't give a crap. You do you. But I don't feel that facial piercings are appropriate. Well, her and I went a couple rounds about it. And at the end of the discussion, she was kind of like, "Why are you attacking me?" And I'm like, "Emily, I am not attacking you." "Well, you're making it feel like I'm disappointing you." I said, "Emily, I am disappointed in your choice. Am I disappointed in you as a person? No. But I am disappointed in the choice you made. I really think that you should have thought this through more. I really think that you should have taken into consideration X, Y, and Z, and you admittedly stated that you did not." A big thing too for me was, guys, she paid $83 to have them put a hole in her nose. What the ever living hell? $83 for a nose piercing. That was what really got me, because Emily does not have disposable income like that. That I was kind of like, what the ever living hell were you thinking? She admitted she did not bother to ask how much it was. She just did it. And then, of course, it's done. So, you know, you don't have a choice now. And I told her, I said, don't take it out, because you already spent the money now. I do think that she should have gotten a more low profile as opposed to a round ball sticking on her nose. Why didn't you get one of the flat ones? She's trying to tell me that it's not as big as it looks like in the picture. The picture makes it look like it's huge, and it's not really. I was like, all right. I said, I guess I'll see next time I see you. So we had that. Her brother wanted to like come through the phone and strangle her. And I think it was an important lesson, so to speak, that we ended up having this discussion, that, you know, you don't always have to agree with the choices and decisions that other people make. They are the ones that have to live with the consequences. But that doesn't change how you feel about them. That doesn't necessarily mean that you love them any less, or that you're not there to support them or help them. Now, I did say, and I do mean this, if she were to happen to lose clients or something because of the facial piercing, don't come crying to me about it. I told you not to do it. And you did it anyway. So you have to live with the consequences of your actions. Just like I told her, I said, you find yourself not having money for gas. Oh, well, you spent $83 on something that I told you that I thought was a really bad choice. So don't come crying to me about that. You have to live with the consequences of your actions. I'm not bailing you out because you made a poor choice. Some people might agree with that stand that I took. Other people might not. And quite frankly, I really don't care what other people think. I'm doing what I think is best for my daughter and for my husband and I. So yeah. But Saturday was very nice. We spent some really quality time. We had a good time. Later that evening, after William left and went back home, my husband and I watched Fire Country. And then we checked out Sheriff Country, which is a spinoff. That was really great. So we've got some new shows to watch. We need to catch back up with Tulsa King. We were like right on top, but we've missed a couple weeks now, I think. I think we've missed 2 weeks in a row because we were watching Saw instead of watching TV for a couple of weeks. So we are on track with Fire Country. We are caught up. I think we have one more episode of Sheriff Country to be like on track. We watched Tracker. We're still behind. We still haven't finished last season. So we've got to do a little binge watching of that and get caught up with that show. We were on track with Tulsa King, but like I said, I think we're like a week or two behind now. Landman is getting ready to come out another season. Stranger Things is going to have another season coming out. So a lot of the shows we watch, new series or new seasons are coming out. So pretty excited about that. So we'll have lots to watch over the holidays. Plus soon, I'll start watching my holiday movies. I don't start that until Black Friday. So I don't watch any Christmas movies before Black Friday. But I will have that and stuff going on and looking forward to. What else is going on in my personal life? Oh, okay. So we watched the Commanders played Sunday night. Watched Jaden Daniels have an absolutely gruesome to watch injury. I said to Kirk at the time, I said best case scenario is that he just dislocated his elbow and that it's not broken. I guess I had a good call because it turns out that is exactly what he did. No fractures, no tears of anything, no broken bones. He just dislocated his elbow. Fortunately, it is not his throwing arm. So it will not impede him being able to throw and pass the ball. It is his offhand. He's still going to end up missing probably 4 to 6 games. So I had said to Kirk, I said, maybe if we're lucky, he'll be back by Christmas. It's looking like that might be the case anyway. Not sure whether you would even want him to play at that point in time because after the Christmas game, there's only one more game and then the season's done. So unless for some reason things change for the Commanders and we have a run for the playoffs, which yeah, I don't think that we have to win every game from here on out. There's 8 games left and we would have to go 7-1 to even have a chance at a wild card spot. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Not with the schedule that we have. We haven't even played the Eagles once yet this year. We swept the Giants, but we have only played the Cowboys once, and we lost. And we have not played the Eagles at all this year. So it's not looking good. Not looking good. So that was a disappointing Sunday night. Pretty disappointing. Yesterday, Monday, we got a new refrigerator. Our new fridge was delivered, and I'm really in love with it. It is deeper than our other one. It's got lots of little bells and whistles and stuff on it. And like it's got an air filter and a water filter, and it gives you the monitors of when to change them out. My husband has already broken it. He broke one of the drawers, like the shelves in the door. So I've got to contact them and find out how much it is for me to buy a replacement for that. So that was a bit of a bummer. But we didn't have the right connector part to connect the water hose to the back of the fridge for the ice maker and the water dispenser. So we ordered a part off of Amazon. It was supposed to be delivered this morning. I have not gone down to see if it's here yet or not. It was not here when Kirk left because I was awake when Kirk was still here. And he said it was, he went and checked and it wasn't there. So I haven't gone back downstairs. Atlas has not woken up yet. So I won't go downstairs until Atlas graces us with his presence. Rhea's already been out. She's been fed. I mean, she went back to sleep, but she still got up and did all of that stuff. Atlas is still in bed. He has not woken up. And it is after 9 o'clock in the morning. I tell you, that dog does not get up until between 10 and 11. He likes his sleep. We'll just put it that way. He likes his sleep. So, all right, I'm going to put this one down for now. I want to finish filling in this section. I'm kind of freehanding it here, and it's starting to look kind of crappy. So I might pull those drills off and put my ruler down to do them. I got caught up in talking, and I just started painting, and I wasn't paying attention that I was no longer filling in my ruler, and they're a little wonky. We've got to get caught up on laundry. We are way behind on laundry. I ended up making a trip to the emergency room yesterday. We went to urgent care first, and then they sent me to the emergency room. I was having severe pain in my spine, and it was being accompanied by a throbbing in my head that was coming and going. Like, it would start throbbing and throb for like 5 minutes, and then it would go away. And then it would come back like 40 minutes later, and was happening off and on. And here I am putting stuff in there. Oh, okay. So we finally decided to go. They sent me to the hospital. They did a CT scan, and turns out that I have pulled a muscle in my neck, and it's basically like super tight, and it is pressing against the nerves in my neck, in my spine, which is what's causing the headache part. So I got put on muscle relaxers to take to help loosen up the muscle so that it stops being, you know, like so taut and tense, and relaxes and stops putting pressure on that nerve. So, I mean, that was best case scenario. So I was happy that that's all it turned out to be. Unfortunately, I don't like taking the muscle relaxers because they give me really bad dry mouth. So, yeah. So I'm taking them because I will tell you, it does help because it hurts pretty bad when I don't. So it at least relaxes it some. And then I just have to let it rest. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm pretty sure a lot of it has to do with stress. Just got a lot going on in my head. My husband has increased his drinking again, and that's been a bit of an issue the past 2 weekends. And I got a lot of things to think about. And not really things that I really want to think about. But they're there in the back of my head, and I think a lot of the tension is being caused from the stress. So, just gonna have to wait and see what happens. Just trying to take one day at a time, work with what I can, which deal with what's right in front of me. Because that's about all I can do, is just think about what's right in front of me. Well, guys, this is going to be the last drill for that section that I was doing with the ruler. Like I said, I am going to go ahead, I think, and pull some of these off, especially up here because they are really wonky. I don't know what I did. Well, I guess maybe I can fix them. I guess they don't look too bad. So, but I think I'm going to call it there, guys. I have one section left to do, so I'm going to work on getting that done, and then I can start on another canvas. So thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you've ever worked on a Diamond Art Studio UK kit. Or tell me anything else that you got going on. Tell me what you think about some of the things I said. Do you agree with me about, you know, people putting too much stress on themselves with goals and challenges and all this other stuff? Or do you think that I'm full of crap? Because please tell me. I do want to know. If you think that, you know, these things are all wonderful and that I'm wrong, tell me. I want to hear your opinion. I really do. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so that you can hit the bell to be notified when I put up new videos. And thank you all. And don't ever forget, oh, and I screwed this up the last time, that without the dark, we'd never get to see the stars. I said without the dark, we'd never get to see the darkness. Yeah, I'm not perfect at all. So guys, just remember that without the dark, we'd never get to see the stars. Love y'all. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.